to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. What a matchup we have today. Momentum has been building each and every week, and now these two undefeated teams will square off. It's the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
I caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. This could be one of their most important games of the year. With both teams undefeated, this game is a separator. As the college football playoff looms near, they have to separate and prove they are one of the best teams in the country. They have a chance to do that here today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Ducks headed for the ball, and we're ready for action. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cornhuskers offense will have the football first. And standing in the way is one of the best defensive lines in the country.
Well, this team is undefeated for a lot of reasons, but David, I think one of the biggest, if not the biggest, is because of the play their defensive line. On defense, they create negative plays. They get sacks. They get TFLs. Third downs are a problem because it's third in California. And they get takeaways. When you can pressure a quarterback, you force bad decisions. Their disruption up front, that's been monumental for them.
It's been great, so you just got a lot of confidence in this offense, man. They're excited, let me tell you, because what are they going to do to try to combat that? How do they slow the rush? How do they get the run game going so these guys can't just pin their ears back and get to the quarterback? Tremendous challenge for this offense today.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to pass. It's Calandria. Gets rid of it. Punts it out of the air. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Now the play fake. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Huskers have their offense in high gear. Handoff from the gun. Oh, he's got a chance. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. Nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The Cornhuskers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Works the middle of the field. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Once you start getting closer to the end zone, you start bringing in more big bodies, right? They're going to run the football more. The field shrinks. I can run different coverages, but really nice job saying, that's fine, you bring in the big bodies. I'm going to toss the ball in the perimeter for a nice positive game.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
The give. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here. They'll send out the kicker here. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Oregon's offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. Dante Moore led his team to a win, throwing 4 touchdown passes the last time out.
Yeah, and you know, when we talk to the coaching staff, they just sort of say, hey, we're going to go as our quarterback goes. And they're on a nice little win streak right now, and the biggest reason why is because the play of the guy behind center. He has been lights out throwing it. He's been making big plays, keeping the offense on rhythm, and avoiding the turnovers. That's all been critical. He keeps playing like this, they're going to keep winning games.
The Ducks have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Here's Moore to throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Moore. Oh, he's got some space. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He leaves it with his back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. And the whistle blows as they bring out the trainers to have a look at an injured Duck. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Moore to the air. Lets it fly. Makes the catch. It's Moore. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Every single week, defenses know who's going to get the ball thrown to them, but they can't stop him. With that last catch, he now has over 1,000 yards receiving on the air.
To the air on first down. Right down the middle. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down. Offense in a bunch formation. The run inside. It's Price. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Makes the catch. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Ducks, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Makes the grab outside. It's Moore.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. It's caught. Now the connection takes it to the 11. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down on the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Ducks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's in! Touchdown, Oregon! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. piece. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front there with physical, skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They want to run it left here. Finding some room. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Huskers will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Moore. Working that left side now. There he goes. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on a roll.
Oh, there's an alley to the left. Touchdown, Ducks. Roll into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Calandria. Just a short pass to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. It's Hunter. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. And the Huskers are marching down the field. Looking to throw on first down. And that one's incomplete.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
That's reeled in. It's Hunter. Knocked down for the tackle. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that one is incomplete. It's the end of the first quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. the field goal try as we start the second quarter. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Absolutely center cut. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Breaks into the open. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for space. It's Price. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. So the Nebraska offense heads out to start this drive. They've had a couple of drives bogged down, had to settle for field goals, and now they'll try to get it into the end zone this time. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. To the air, it's Calandria. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Lets it fly. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down. The Cornhuskers will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in the zones. You got to get him involved.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Price. The defense there to make the stop. He barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4. Line getting set on 2nd down. Back to the ground with the running back. Maybe some room here. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind. It forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Finds a man on the left. Turning it on. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And if I'm this defense moving forward, man, I'm going to start thinking about, like, this is the guy. They keep featuring him. I've got...
Snags it and he's open. He's forced out of bounds just short of the goal line. A mere yard away from Pater.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And the Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. The offense changing the play. Throwing more. Fires into the end zone. Pass is broken up. Incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And I like the alertness by this defense. 1st and goal, usually a running type situation. They were ready for the pass, broke on the football, and that could have been a huge play for this defense.
Again, it's Moore. Quarterback adapting. The defense sort of herds this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage, and he'll take the loss. 3rd and goal, where you separate the wheat from the chaff. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
And the offense, man, he couldn't find anybody open.
Hang on just a second. I think they're going to try to get the touchdown here. Man, this could be a gamble, guys. They could come up empty. Before they snap it on 4th down, we have a timeout call. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. It is good. And now the lead's extended a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Got it in the middle, it's Hunter. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Back to throw, it's Calandria. Oh, they're after him. Got his man. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They've got the screen set up. Oh, he's got some space. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on 1st down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Now Oregon will call it 2nd timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. The Huskers line up to punt it away. He's got it. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Holly Rowe has an update.
Checking in from the Oregon sideline. Guys, I can feel the energy here and the chemistry between this quarterback and his star wide receiver. He's already got 100 yards receiving in this game. And the way they're talking on the sideline here, they want to keep that going. I think you're going to see him continue to get some downfield targets from his QB here in this game. I'll keep you posted.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Dante Moore. Stepping to the right. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. In the gun on 3rd down. Moore fires to the big fella. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the bill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Finds his man. It's Moore. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Moore will throw. He's moving out of the pocket. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's Moore to throw. Looking for a huge play. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Man, you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job by the defense. You could tell they were forcing the football there. Broke on the football. Almost had the big play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Moore bears the pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. They've already put 1 field goal on the board. This one will need to be well struck from 44 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We start with Colorado taking on the number 7 team, the Utah Utes. And it's the Buffs with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team.
And the Huskers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. few Oregon offenses on the field to get this drive going. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Yeah, and you can tell the timing wasn't great, and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Man, that's a big stop on this first.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Moore to throw for it on 4th down. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Pass completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. He wants to change this route. Dante Moore wants to throw again. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Running inside. It's Price. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. And the Ducks are rolling down the field. On the ground, it's Price. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Throwing Moore. Under fire. Had to get rid of it quickly.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. Laterals it back. Pressure coming. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Dante Moore. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Moore to the air again. They're working that left side. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got him 1st and goal. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Lost to throw again. Trying to find the end zone. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The give to the left side. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. The Cornhuskers want to move quickly.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. A lot of urgency for this offense.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Dropping back, it's Calandria. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running to the left. Makes it past the marker. There's a crease. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
Man, how nice is it to be down, and you need to score points when you can just hand it to your running back, and he can make big plays like that. Jesse, they're going to need more of those to get back into the football game. They've dug themselves a little bit whole, but that was a good start.
Yeah, I think the defense probably kicking themselves, too. I don't know if in this 2-minute type situation, if they're expecting them to run the football, but somehow, some way, you've got to be able to gang tackle this guy and not let him take it to the house from that distance and score points. Moving forward now, the run defense has got to shore up for this defense.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. This lead that they've been working with is dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Here's more to throw. Safe completion on the screen. There he goes. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab. Finds a crease at the 20. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
And with this long drive, man, they're just showing you what they've been showing you throughout this football game. They can get it done. They can score points. And now, getting later in the football game, getting up by 3 possessions, the pressure is really on.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Nebraska sideline. This defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Guys?
Holly, thank you. The Huskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They've pushed it out to the 39 after picking up 5. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4. 6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. To the air. It's Calandria. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. They'll move the tight end. Needs it to keep this drive alive. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Quarterback making checks. Moore. Catch in the middle. It's Moore. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
He's got it. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it up to 14. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Grabbed behind the line, it's Johnson. Touchdown, Ducks! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the 4th quarter. Just watching the clock run out on this one, and we can turn our attention to what's in store for next week here in the midpoint of the season. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Got a man. It's Bonner.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Here's a little room there. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. They say it's still a game of field possession, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Husker! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, it's a nice job there executing the run play and getting in for the score, but you got to wonder, guys, is it too little, too late? They're still trailing by a ton here in the 4th quarter.
PAT unit on the field. Right down the middle. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stops. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Moore. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with the big lead, he's still taking.
Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. He'll try to take it back. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Nebraska!
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights.
The score, Oregon 41, Nebraska 27.
He'll return it. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, this will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Oh, they could not have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's go down to the sideline and Holland.
Checking in from the Oregon sideline. The team is rallying around their quarterback. He has been terrific today. Every time he comes off the field, they're patting him on the back, making sure he knows that he is their guy. His performance has been stellar. Not a big surprise, but still, the way he's shown up and shown some composure and poise, the guys are rallying and loving what they're seeing from their QB. Back to you.
Ollie, thank you.
This offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can...
Might have a chance. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The run inside. It's Price. Brings it to the open. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like, it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Man, what a surge by this defense. I think he's going to be a little bit short of the first down. Tries to get it on the ground. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Ducks! That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a two-possession lead.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cornhusker offense is out and ready to go on the attack. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. run the RPO and fire to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. This time he's got him. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. And the Huskers in the hurry-up. Shotgun snap on third down. It's complete. He's stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. The Cornhuskers look to keep this drive humming.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. So now it's second and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Nelson. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Rushes on him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the whistle blows as they bring out the trainers to have a look at an injured duck. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Under fire. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And after failing to get that fourth down, it is basically desperation point now. Their defense has to come up with a quick takeaway or at least get a fast 3 and out to give themselves a chance to crawl back into this one.
Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Throwing more. Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. And the whistle blows as they bring out the trainers to have a look at an injured duck. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Right on the money. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Timeout on the field, 2:03 remaining. The defense trying to manipulate that clock and maximize the time with the 2-minute timeout coming up. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Trying to do it on the ground. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. That's caught. It's Johnson.
I love the play call in this situation. You need one first down to ice the game, so you're just throwing to the sticks, trusting your quarterback to make the right read. In rhythm, they get it done. They're going to walk out of here with the win, Dave.
And this used to be a situation where you'd see offenses get very conservative, run the football. We gotta play safe. No. I'm putting the ball in my best player's hands, telling him to go end this thing, and he does exactly that.
Behind the chains now on second and long. There's some room. Got enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving.
Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
That's an impressive touchdown there, considering the plays this defense, particularly the secondary, has already made against him. And we knew this quarterback was going to come into this one, David, and be aggressive. There aren't many people who really scare him, and the defense has made him pay. A couple bad decisions, a couple great plays on the back end, one-on-one. But this guy's still taking the shots. He's not backing down. He's got his eye. On the board.
I think that's the most impressive part. He made some mistakes, and a lot of times you see people...
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Great place to start for this offense. Going to the run, it's Riggs. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Dante Moore. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Ducks! And the beatdown has ensued. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? All season long, they've done enough to win week in, week out. It hasn't always been pretty. They haven't always brought their A-plus game to the park. But they won a shootout today. Both offenses trading blows back and forth, and they were able to come out on top. And the offense, to me, is the reason they're still undefeated today.
They think they can create space here with the run to the right. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Myers on the move. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Fires downfield. It's picked off, and another empty drive.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
The Ducks come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Throws it back. Pocket breaking down. And the pass goes incomplete, but the flag is down, and this one might be on the offense.
I know that's offensive pass interference, but I actually think that's a very heads-up play because that ball might have got intercepted. That was an errant throw. The receiver knew it, and instead of allowing the defender to pick it off, he knew, hey, I got to create a penalty here and save my quarterback and bail him out.
Lost, the defense is wide open. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And Man, oh man, I don't know how you leave that guy open for the touchdown. Like some kind of miscommunication on the defense. He has had a big day. He's a go-to guy. Palmer, I don't know what you saw with your quarterback eyes, but it looked like a bust by the defense.
Yeah, and that's inexcusable by this defense because this guy's already burned you in this game. He's lighting you up. If there's anybody that you got to be aware of, if there's one player that you have to know where he's lined up every single play, it's him. So for the defense to allow him to be that wide open on that play at this point.
Turning it on. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. With the clock running, this should be the final play. They've reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities